The day is finally here. The day I get to update my desk setup. I've wanted an adjustable desk for a very long time. Being able to stand or just set the height to what works for me has been a luxury that I have wanted for a very long time. This is the current setup. $100 Amazon desk. I had a $50 chair. I updated that too. So I've kind of skimped out on my everyday working setup. And the more I come to my setup and the more I work at home and edit and all that stuff, the more I realize I would prefer if I'm gonna spend all my time in one spot for my work, I kind of want that spot to be the best it can be. So that's why I'm finally investing in my actual work setup. As you can see, this current setup is pretty messy, and this laptop stand was an addition strictly for this new desk. I actually got that a few days ago and I was just messing around with it. So cables and all that is just kind of a mess. And so that was one of the reasons why I got the Magnus Pro, being that it has a really great cable management feature in the back of it. On top of that, it's full metal, which allows it to have a really nice magnetic full top that allows you to do additional cable management with the little cable management pack, which is this thing right here. So super stoked for this thing. I went back and forth between whether I wanted a wood top or whatever, and maybe eventually I do. I don't know. Wood looks nice, but I do really love just like an all black clean look. On top of that, from what I've heard about the Magnus Pro, is that it's very durable, very sturdy. So this should last me quite some time. Gonna be kind of a low production type of video. This is just gonna be strictly me unboxing it and building it for you guys. Not an official review by any means, but I'm gonna try to do my best to document the process of unboxing it, building it, and then my initial thoughts once I get it there. I've heard it kind of takes a while, but it's a pretty easy process. So I'm gonna go grab my toolbox and we're gonna get into this thing. All right, got my box knife. Let's get these boxes open. For some reason, box 1 was shipped FedEx, and that got here first. And then the other 2 packages, the box and the cable management kit, were shipped UPS, and then they got here maybe 3 hours after. So I don't really know why that was the process, but something to keep in mind if you guys end up purchasing this for yourself. Another thing to note, these boxes are insanely heavy. This one is 51 kilograms is what it says on the front, and this is 30. So no easy task, and I had to take this up a single flight of stairs, which honestly kind of kicked my ass. Very well organized. There is no left out space. They used everything and they got everything padded, so very nice. All right, time for the big one. I'm running out of space in my room here. Also, don't hate on the soundproofing. I'm experimenting right now. It's not final. In fact, I have 40 more pads that I need to use, but yeah, so it's not final. All right. Man, you got a massive little poster thing here. Is this a poster? I don't really know what this is supposed to be. The access kit? Well, whatever the access kit is, I didn't get it. So, or if it was that. This is the assembly guide. I don't know if it's supposed to fit in there. Maybe. I don't know, but you get a poster thing. Oh, nice, they got everything in individual boxes in here. And then I think the table is gonna be on the bottom probably. Some more cardboard and more cables. All right, with all the boxes out of the way, here is everything. So this is all the contents of box 1. You got the actual desk, the back piece that covers the cable management, and then just all your screws and other things. There's a few more pieces in there, as well as the construction manual. So that's box 1. All the boxes are over here, and I've kind of blocked myself from getting to the rest of the apartment, but I'll figure that out later. Box 2, the smaller box. This is everything that comes in it. It's actually pretty simple when you get it all out of the packaging. Look at how thick this freaking cable is, dude. This is chunky. So I'm stoked for that. But you basically have the legs, the feet, the cable, and then that is the whole mat that covers the entire top. And then the third package was this guy. This is the cable management kit that you can buy. So that's everything. That is everything that comes with your general setup of this table. So I'm gonna get into the construction manual and start putting this thing together. Let's open these boxes here. I can't tell you how stoked that I'm not gonna have to vacuum styrofoam up after opening this thing. That's huge win. Also, this post isn't sponsored. I don't know if I have to say that by any means. I only have 350 subscribers. So, yeah, this isn't a sponsored post. This is just me buying a desk and showing you guys. Even the presentation of the toolkit comes in this little like icy plastic. Pretty nice. So this is, I think, the cable management tray. That makes sense. Also very stoked for this because my current cable management is a disaster. Officially box free. All the parts are out there. Just have some plastic here on these pieces. All right, so I feel like assembling this thing is gonna be pretty straightforward because there's only a few pieces, but you know, we'll consult the manual anyways. With at least 2 people lift the metal desktop and place it upside down. We're already failing. All right, it looks like legs are first. Oh, that's cool. The piece that they include to plug into this little tool right here, not only is it magnetic, but you can throw this on a drill, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. Pretty hard to mess this up. It says right there, and it says right on here. So I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You could also look at the plugins and figure out which one goes where. Wow, this just kind of drops on in. Might have to bring some of these screws out a little bit to get it to fit. There we go. And then it just slides in like that. All right. So again, unscrew these just a little bit so you can fit that in there easier. Just be careful so you don't catch the cables underneath the actual leg. Just make sure you get them stuffed away pretty well. So then these, go right there. I mean, they really do make this pretty foolproof. I mean, they got everything labeled in very clear fashion on the bag. So there's pretty much no way for you guys to mess this up. I highly recommend using a drill because that's going to speed this process up quite a bit. Next is going to be the cable tray. So the cable tray was a little confusing for me at first. The holes that you're looking for are actually on like this center beam right here. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the other 4 are on the sides here, but it kind of just rests a little awkwardly like that. Right there, there you go. And so that's how that's gonna sit right there. I was kind of looking over and I was looking back for the holes, but so yeah, I might just be stupid, but the holes you're looking for are on this middle column right there. Double check and make sure your sides are lined up too before you tighten anything down too much. All right, next are the feet. Again, pretty plug and play for the most part. It's gonna be, like I said, hard to mess this up. All right, and just like that, that's the majority of the setup. With at least 2 people, grab the metal desktop and side frame with one hand and motorized column in the other. Tilt it gently, rotating it 90 degrees back so that the control panel is facing down. Well, I only have one person, which is me, so let's see how this goes. Don't grab it by this, because this is just that's just the cable management display. Get under it to where you're actually holding the table and flip. There we go. Look at that. Easy. All right. And so all we're left with are these 2 pieces and a few other things down here. So I'll go ahead and plug in my power strip here. I recommend having a pretty decent power strip. Mine's decent. It's old, but it's decent. I'll probably get a new one though, just to further protect everything. Oh yeah, you got a lot of space back here for cables though. I am stoked. Also, the cable plugs in on the right side if you're at the back of the table. It's just down here by the foot. Thought I'd go ahead and just show you, but it's right there at the foot. We're gonna install the cover for the cable management tray back there. And I think it just slides in, so let's try that. Best way to do this is probably go ahead and unhinge the little hinges. And then, yeah, they just kind of line up with these little tracks here. Right there. Perfect. And then you just close it to cover. Nice. Then these caps that are left, they actually plug in on the underside of the desk like so. Maybe. Yep, there we go. I think that's it. I think we're done. I got the whole pad that stretches across the top, so I'll do that and show you guys how that works. I've heard from a few people it's kind of tricky to get fully like, you know, flush with it, so we'll see how that goes, but that's it. No, I didn't get an RGB strip. I think it's an additional add-on where you have lights back here. I didn't really care about the light anyways. I'm not huge into RGB. But if that is something you want, just be aware, I didn't get it. The only add-on I did was the pad in the cable management system, so it's probably another add-on somewhere. Use up all the screws. The only ones I have left are in the spare screw pack. They actually give you a pack just full of spare screws, which is nice. But now officially, we can get to the part that I've been waiting so long for, the table that adjusts. There it is, there's the controls right there on the side. And I think you flip it on. Yep, all right. So it's got a little power switch. And I think we're ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna check the manual, make sure there's nothing I'm missing, but I think if I hit one of these buttons, it's gonna go up. All right. Oh my goodness, I'm giddy. It's not even a button. It's like a little touchpad. You don't click it. You just like touch it, and oh, it's got like, look at this. You release it, it kind of goes up still. Like it's got, like it doesn't just stop on a dime. It kind of like slowly. That's so cool. You can go so high. What is this? Still pretty stable, even all the way up. But let's bring this down. So this is around the height I'd use it if I was standing up. And man, this is so sick, dude. Like I could just sit here and do this all day. And it's actually pretty quiet. I didn't really know what to expect with a adjustable desk like this, but the motor's pretty quiet. Now, according to Secret Labs, their max weight is 265 pounds, and I weigh 204 pounds. This is absurd. I should probably put my desk setup on this before I have too much fun with it. It didn't miss a beat with me on there either. It was the same speed as if I was off of it. So this is pretty nice. And again, just like rock solid. There's no movement to this thing. There was movement all the way maxed out. I don't know why you're gonna do that though, but right down here, like solid. All right, final step is getting the mat on here, and then we'll be done. Don't forget to take the stickers off before you put the mat on. All right, so this is where I've heard this thing can be a little tricky to put on, so we'll see how this goes. So this is the metal sleeve that was inside of the, oh, there's two. There's two of them. It probably goes on each end, I'd imagine. So this is gonna slide. Actually, I have no idea. I think you just put this on the end of the mat. And then you just put this here. And unroll. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Wanted to show you an up close portion of it because this whole mat is magnetic. So what they're wanting you to do is put the sleeve or the pad itself into this little metal sleeve right here. And then you kind of butt it up against this little lip right here. So you line that up and you butt it up against the lip and then you pull it out. That's kind of what they're wanting you to do. Have to iron it out a little bit to get it to stick down, but let's keep pulling. You can see where the individual magnets are. Okay. So then you'll just do the same thing that you did on the other end. You'll take this little sleeve, this metal sleeve, and you'll feed it on the end of this thing, like that. And you're pretty much golden. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And I think I got pretty much all the bubbles and stuff out of it. I think we're good. There is, depending on how OCD you are, there is a gap here. What you can do though to fill in that gap is you can just take the little metal sleeve and push the sleeve out and fill it in, and that'll do the trick. So you're not actually moving the mat, you're just filling the sleeve out to fill in that little gap right there. Because if you see, I can push it in like that, but that way it looks flush on both sides. Anyways, there it is, guys. There's the Magnus Pro by Secret Labs. Holy cow, what a fun experience to build it. That was great. I had a great time doing that. Anyways, I'm not gonna film this process, but I'm gonna transfer my setup from here to there, and then I'll show you guys, with the magic of editing, what that looks like here in a few seconds. I'll maybe do a my setup video in the future, one where everything's put together and the rest of the room isn't a disaster. But that is the basic unboxing and assembly of the Secret Labs Magnus Pro, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope maybe if you're getting it yourself, this will help you put it together, or maybe this will help you decide if you're on the fence of getting it or not. First impressions for me, I cannot wait to start using this setup. I'm already blown away with just how much space it opens up and just the performance overall of the motor. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like down below and subscribe for future content kind of like this. I do a lot of photo and video stuff. I love the outdoors, I love tech. That's the basic stuff you can find on my channel. But get out there, make something yourself, guys. Build a desk, make a video, take a photo. I'll see you all in the next one.